think we have everybody here. Just waiting for Pirates to show up or come up here, and then we're good to go. So, I kind of want to start the space today by doing an intro from our NFT report. And let me actually just share this report here up in the up in the nest, so you guys can take a peek at what we're looking at. Um, Share, put that up here. So looking at the first paragraph, I think this is a great way to start off our space today by kind of going over what's happening in September and kind of the inspiration for the space tonight or this morning, where whatever time zone it might be for you guys. So, in September, Rolling Stone, which is a prominent mainstream media outlet, garnered significant attention with a captivating article titled "Your NFTs Are Actually Finally Totally Worthless." Right? This article claimed that 95% of the once hyped crypto assets have hit rock bottom valuation, rendering them largely worthless. While this narrative struck a nerve, the reality is more nuanced and offers reasons for optimism. So, although the NFT market experienced a significant month on month decline in September, with trading volume of 370.9 million, it's important to recognize that this volume is still worth something. In this report, they kind of delve into the dynamics of blockchain networks, NFT marketplaces, and funding activities within the NFT space, right? So it still reveals promising aspects that inspire hope. Really, I guess my first question for everybody here that's joining is, you know, do you guys think that NFTs are dead? You guys can start. You can just put up your hand there, and I'll call on you one by one. So, what do you guys think? Are NFTs dead? And maybe since Vitalis is going to be our co-host, maybe I'll start with you, bud. What do you think?
Yeah, sure, Alex. I think that from my experience, I'm in the industry till 2017. This article was rock bottom for NFTs. Like, I think that NFTs are very, very bad right now, but I don't think we go lower. However, I don't think we bounce back right now. So it's like probably bottom has marked, but it's very long way to go and to sideline and then to recover, and probably new projects will come with a completely new concepts and approaches, and that's the moment when we might start getting attention back. So it will take time.
Yeah, and actually, kind of looking into what's new for the month of September, right? There's actually a lot of promising things, and I'll go into that after we talk to Pirates and then Super Champs. So, Pirates, go ahead. What's your thoughts right now?
Yeah, no, that was a funny article to read for me in general. Um, the thing is, first of all, the point where they're coming from is pretty laughable because, first of all, they're not friends of crypto, they're not friends of NFTs. So this moment is kind of it feels like a victory to them, right? Because they were like first like, oh, NFTs are stupid, and now they can kind of prove it. So keep that in mind. First of all, they are very biased, 100%. Second of all, if you look into any, because we're kind of like a startup thing, right? If you look into any of those areas, like just look at startups. How many of startups make it into the big league? I think 95%, if 5% of all startups make it into the big league, this would be insane. I think it's more like 99% fail rate for most of those. So keep that in mind as well. That's a very normal thing that just most of them die and don't make it because it's a hard thing to achieve. But you also only need those 1%. It's kind of a win that 5% are still standing when they were telling us, hey, this technology or this thing that you're believing in is stupid. Well, if it would be stupid, we might not be standing here anymore. So 5% is actually, to me, it was kind of like a good thing, to be honest. And then the third thing is you have to stop looking at prices. Yeah, price goes down, price goes up, but you're falling into a very, very not smart mentality there. Just look at Bitcoin. There's always been the cycle of, okay, Bitcoin's going up. Everybody is coming out and it's like, oh my God, Bitcoin is the future. Everybody will use Bitcoin. This is insane. This is amazing. Bitcoin goes down. and it's the exact opposite. It's, oh my God, this is so stupid. How did people ever believe in that? And then it starts again. And you can see this 4 times that it has happened already. NFTs are a very similar thing, and you have to stop looking at the price and start looking beyond it and start looking at the use cases. Now, go 2 years back, and the use case was pretty much plainly art and profile pictures. It was just, yeah, we can use this kind of like as community building. We can use this to look at art. It's a new art era, and that was it. And right now, you have big companies like Starbucks randomly going ahead and dropping NFT collections. You have Porsche. You have so many big names coming into here right now and doing stuff. And you have new people coming out with new use cases already. You have NFTs revolutionizing film. You have NFTs revolutionizing music, art. There's so many places that you can already look where NFTs are doing new things that they haven't done 2 years ago, and there are going to be a lot of new things as well coming out that utilize NFTs. You have to understand NFTs are a technology, and they the technology. If you think the technology makes sense, then it's only going to be used more and more as creators come in and use it more and more. So kind of step away from floor prices and stop listening to people that want you to believe that NFTs are dead, and kind of form your own opinion.
I actually I couldn't agree more. There's huge names, and these names that are coming into and making NFTs, right? They're not just doing this for price speculation. They're doing this for providing a product for their brand, right? They're providing actual utility, and that's the thing I think really this article kind of, really skipped over, right? And I think really hit the nail on the head. If they already didn't like NFTs, right? So finally they can find something to really hit the nail with the hammer, right? Drive it back in. Super champs, what's your thoughts?
I'm just gonna start with saying that I agree completely with Vitali. I think NFT is in rock bottom right now, but I do not think we are even close to be dead. NFT is not gonna die anytime soon, but it's gonna change his market so many times. I mean, I've been in this space for a long time, and I don't think what's happening is a bad thing. Like NFT started and everyone started thinking about it, and then suddenly you saw every basketball player, every influencer just putting apes as a profile picture. Everyone was talking about it in the streets. Everyone that's not was the main thing, and then suddenly everyone became an expert in NFTs, and you had influencer making heaps of money on poor people's back just like promoting NFTs. But that was not a good time to be alive. That was like we made a lot of money. Everyone like made a lot of good and nice flips, but people were scamming each other. This was just like a pack of wolves trying to tear each other apart. Ethereum was the worst place to be, and it's just not great. And then the first bear market happened, and the first from that time, since that time, because there was a lot of bear markets before that, and that just filtered a lot of bad players in this game. And I think that's actually a good thing. What's happening right now with NFTs is that people are not here to, that some people are, and some people manage to do flip, and good for them, happy for them. But at least from my experience and from where I hang out in the NFT and the Web3 game, people are here for to be pioneers. People are here to change. People are here for new things you can create with the technology. People are actually interested. The people that survived both bear markets are here because they say like, okay, maybe this is not a beautiful stock action, but actually something crazier happening behind it. Maybe we can build a crazy game that no one even thought we could do with it. And just like Pirate said, this is we think about it in a negative term because we lost a lot of money and the value dropped. But in the same time, show me another market that was born, raised, accepted, and grow so fast, so much, and change so much in the past 2 years. I mean, the involvement of NFTs, the change, the market of NFT changed so much. It's just crazy, beautiful to see it. And I think we're far from dying. We're just going to evolve and grow even more. And who knows where we're going to go.
Amen. And I kind of dived right into like the main question here, but I totally forgot to do some intros. So I'm going to pass it over to Vitalis over at Ladder Top, and I want to know what you're working on and what you're doing over at Ladder Top for everybody here that's listening.
Yeah, sure, sure. Thank you, Alex. And just a bit of addition to the previous speaker. We're just following Gartner hype cycle. I mean, I'm sure that everyone already seen this chart with kind of big Burj Khalifa pattern and then return to the mean. So I suppose that we're just following hype cycle, and it was definitely hype cycle for NFTs. However, technology is here to stay, and I see a lot of use cases, and I'm sure we will see completely different market in a matter of like 1 or 2 years. However, goal is to survive. It's tough time for many projects and builders. Yeah, so and just a quick intro of Ladder. So Ladder is an NFT automated market maker um, with strong focus on GameFi. So you can see it from the angle like Uniswap for NFTs for games. Many in-game assets are NFTs, and by their nature, they are not really non-fungible. They're closer to fungible. So our idea that AMM has many advantages of for users, for both users and projects, like lower commissions, quicker transactions, more smooth UI, like no need to list. It's instant liquidity. You can buy or sell anything with just one click. And liquidity can be plugged in and plugged out very quickly into the game directly. So no need to go to third-party marketplace and lose conversion. So all these benefits are for games and for users that they can do transactions quickly and sell whatever they want and buy at the same time. Yeah, and Ladder it's pretty new project, so we're finishing our testnet and going to be launching the mainnet later this month. And recently, we have launched marketing campaign together with Mua. Mua is metaverse platform, and I think that they had a couple of pretty interesting campaigns. Last year, they had first metaverse music festival, and this year they are going metaverse Hong Kong metaverse event with Hong Kong government, and we're doing some stuff together with them. We'll attach the link to the spaces so listeners would be able to check as well. Yep, thank you.
Sweet. Well, nice having you here. Ladder Top's a great partner of Footprint, so really happy to have you guys co-hosting. Next, I want to pass it over to Maeve. Maeve, how's it going, buddy? How you doing, man? Long time no talk.
GM, I'm great. I'm great. Am I supposed to do intro? I'm not too sure. I'm not really good on spaces.
Yo, hit me with
I
that
don't do
intro.
this much. So yeah, sure, man. Me and my co-host, we basically run Rock Radio Asia. We are the Asia arms for Rock Radio, a Web3 Two cats caught my tongue. Damn. Web3 decentralized media platform. We're very, I guess, we have been Twitter Spaces hosts. It's kind of our strong point. NFTs and IPs, we've covered quite a bit as well. And yeah, in a nutshell, that's kind of what I do at the core of it. Butchered, amazing, love it. Thanks for having me, Alex.
Hey, thanks for coming. We love the boys over at Rug Radio Asia. We love the mahjong sessions as well. That's what's up. Okay, passing it next. We're gonna pass it to Pirates of Pirates of Fukushu. What are you guys up to, man? What are you guys building?
Yo, yeah, want to say thanks. Thanks for inviting us. Very stoked to be here. We are building a cinematic universe empowered by NFTs. And so, to put it very simply, right? Usually, when you're a film creator and you want to see your film happen, you write the script and then you go to a producer. And to the producer, you sell a lot of your rights to get that film produced, and then they kind of give you the money and see that it happens. But in the meantime, the creator loses a lot of his creative power, which is, to put it very simply, like almost in every transaction that happens there, the producer gets last cut, which is the last decision to how the film is going to look. Which, if you think of it, not the person that wanted to create the film that had the idea gets to say how it looks in the end. The producer does, which is a bit crazy if you ask me. And our business model pretty much is, instead of going to a producer with your story, you go to Web3, you go to NFTs, and you sell a part of your universe. In our case, it's the characters. You sell the characters to your community. And yeah, and then you kind of you use it as crowdfunding as first, so you're able to build on top of that. You're able to use the characters in your stories, whatever you have planned for them, right? and your community owns a part of your universe. So it's kind of like a win-win for both sides, and the way you cut out the middleman while doing that, which to me is the whole goal of Web3. And yeah, to put it very simply, that's what we're doing. And Pirates of Fukushu is our third collection. We've just revealed actually. Um, yeah, and we're a multi-chain project, so we sold out two collections prior on another chain, and now we're at like 85% minted with Pirates of Fukushu with another day to go. Yeah, super short summary. That's us. And I'm Johnny. I'm Johnny. Hey guys.
Hey, Johnny, nice to have you here. Great introduction. Next, I'll pass it over to Super Champs. How's it going, bud? What are you guys building?
I was actually thinking that you're doing something like, an artistic point of view. We're doing a space with no intros. We don't know who each other is, and if you're interested in like what I said, go check my profile. But I guess we just forgot, so let's do it the traditional way. I'm Yoram, the community manager of Super Champs and Joyride Games. Super Champs and again, let's start with Joyride Games. We've been building games for over a decade now, and we decided to move to Web3. We launched more than 7 games under our Mocha Studio, all available in the App Store. Just type Joyride, and you're gonna see all of our games. Joyride Games. You're gonna see Solitaire Blitz, Trickshot Blitz, Blackjack Blitz, Karma Blitz, and many, many, many other games that you can just play, enjoy, and earn on Flow Network. Rally tokens ready for you to play and enjoy. In our second studio is our Super Champ Studio, where we try to build an entire metaverse. The difference between the studios is one of them is just mobile casual games, and the other one is more with a lore, more NFT oriented games. We have our first NFT collection, Tennis Champ Genesis, that sold out on OpenSea in 30 seconds last year. And we're having a next collection coming soon. And our main game, is our Tennis Champ game, Rocket Rampage game. Sorry, we just changed the name. Who is on beta right now and in mainnet.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
Gonna be in mainnet very, very soon. And just added to our family, Bullet League, another game available on the App Store. And we're gonna adopt it to our franchise and to our metaverse. Quick community aspect intro. We are having a mega space next week, 3 hour space with a lot of guests, beautiful guest speakers, Footprint. I'm honored to have you guys with us. So if you guys are interested in joining or listening, you're more than welcome to send me a DM. And just one quick apology. I'm in Israel right now, so if I have to hang out, bear with me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to do my best not to bother you guys too much.
Hey, no problem, man. I know times are a little tough over there, so I appreciate you making the time to join the space. Now, of course, if you don't know me, my name's Alex. I'm the community manager, BD guy, English guy over here at Footprint Analytics. So just happy. So in case you guys don't know Footprint, we're kind of your one-stop shop for everything data infra, right? If you're building games, we got great game data infra. We got NFT collections. You see up in the nest, I posted one of our NFT research pages, so you guys can check out what we're talking about today in regards to NFT data. Now, with that being said, I kind of want to dive right back into the questions here. And of course, what's been really hot and something that's been super interesting to me is about pudgy penguins, right? They've been really making some moves, especially in the month of September, right? So, after the pudgy penguin IP shift into Web2, right, getting those toys into Walmart, with these plushies, NFT volume went up and the floor price even boosted about 10%, right? So we're also seeing more collections shifting as well with the Bape and the Bored Ape Yacht Club collab. So does this mean that the direction for blue chips and other PFP collections should be into more traditional Web2 avenues? Is this the best way for PFP collections to stay relevant and to keep interest alive in communities? What's your guys' thoughts? Love to kind of hear what you're going. So whoever puts their hand up first, I'm picking. Super champs. Super champs, let's get it.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna speak about the subject in general. I think Pudgy Penguin are doing something beautiful. Beside of their collection and everything, I'm not gonna speak about the NFT collection and everything that happened over there. I'm just gonna say, I feel like they opened a new bridge that people were not thinking about right now. At least what we're doing in Super Champ and Joyride, and I know that a lot of other gaming projects are trying to bridge between Web 2 and Web 3 because we all believe that Web 3 is the future. So we're trying to help integrate Web2 people into Web3. We're building games where you first of all enjoy the game, and just after you had a lot of fun, we'll be like, hey, by the way, you make some money. If you want to withdraw it, go to our Discord. We're going to teach you how to create a wallet, and we're going to explain to you. Or we're trying to even create platform where it's not that difficult to create a crypto wallet and withdraw the money. So the main direction that people are going on is Web2 to Web3. But Pudgy Penguin actually did something interesting. They did Web3 to Web2, and that's something I didn't see happening before. And I think it can open new directions and new leads to new maybe marketing strategies or even
Oh,
new
looks
type
like
of projects
we
and
there. Oh,
adventures
you're
on
back.
Web3. All right.
Yeah, we got you now. You're back. So yeah, did you get everything off your chest there?
I don't know where you guys lost me, so but yeah, I hope I
I,
did.
I think that you wasn't disrupting. I heard you well during the whole speech. So probably Alex,
Oh,
it is
that
your
was on
VPN.
me, man. We're blaming the VPN,
Yeah.
all right? And in case I have to leave because I'm getting a knock on my door, that's probably my neighbor upstairs because I'm doing this on my balcony and I'm talking pretty loud. So, um, and also, you guys, before I get over to Maeve, let's get a retweet. Let's get some comments going. I'd love to kind of hear your guys' thoughts on the space so far. Get your friends in here. The more the merrier, because we're really diving deep into the NFT space today. So with that being said, Maeve, what's your thoughts on this, man? What do you got? What do you think about this Web2 shift? And is this really the direction to stay relevant for PFP collections?
In my opinion at least, I think business is still business, right? As much as like we use words like Web3 and whatnot, Web3 is an industry by itself. It is in a lot of ways not different from Web2 when it comes to strategies, approaches, all the other technical stuff that I just mentioned. I think what Pudgy did is amazing because they took something that is a Web3 native IP and take it to the next level. I mean, like we all know, they do amazing things and all that. But the thing that I think people need to understand is, well, Pudgy, when bought over, I wouldn't say it's broken entirely, right? They kind of had like a base, right? A good amount of users, the IP was usable, it checked quite a number of boxes. Obviously, if like Luca and Peter, they probably wouldn't buy that shit if it's just like a garbage IP that wouldn't be able to scale. And then like following that, they were able to execute whatever they wanted to do, right? They identify, okay, toys, this is good and whatnot, and it's kind of like their bread and butter, right? Their IP guys, their e-commerce guys and whatnot. So it's something that they can execute on. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds, understanding what are their strong suits, finding a product that works, and scaling on it. And yeah, for me at least, it's not like out of this world, but the out of this world thing is like being able to execute, right? Because I think there's a saying where ideas are always in abundance. You don't have to necessarily have like the best ideas. If you understand product market fit and you're able to execute, especially like I think VCs talk about this especially a lot, right? They buy the person before they buy the product, and that's kind of how I'm looking at it.
I think that's a great way to say it, man. Business is business, right? And whatever it really takes to evolve and continue growing should be the steps to take. Pirates, how are you feeling, man?
Feeling good, feeling good. I wanted to apologize first of all because amazing space, and I'm super grateful to be invited. But sadly, because everything is going crazy with us right now, we're reeling at the moment. I have to jump off in a couple of minutes. But before that, I am itching to give a take on Pudgy Penguins as well because they did something that I think is amazing. And even though it's getting a lot of attention, it's not getting the attention it deserves 100%. If you just imagine. Let's say Board Ape, for example, would have brought that same announcement in the bull run of 2022, it would have gone bonkers. It would have gone crazy, right? Everybody in the whole world would have probably read that. And now it's Walmart and Pudgy Penguins. And yeah, everybody in Web3 saw it, but it's not getting the attention above that it deserves. And what they've done, what they've shown, is one other reason why I just think NFTs are just so freaking far away from dead is because they have, for the first time, really established a bridge between Web 2 and Web 3, and they were able to showcase to their community very well that Web 3 will profit from Web 2 without going into any legal troubles, which is what's the biggest trouble for us right now, right? Is the SEC is watching us all, and they're waiting for us to trip up. and that we have such a big player, one of the highest collections there is right now, show us that there is a way to work around the SEC, right, and still benefit your community, your NFT holders from the success that you're having in Web2 is huge. And it's huger, I think, than people are realizing quite at this moment, right? Because people look at the floor price and they're like, okay, well, this announcement brought them like 20% floor price increase. No, it's much more than that. They've laid out a blueprint at this point of how you can go successfully into Web2 and still profit Web3, right? Which is a bridge that hasn't been here before, I feel like, and is insane. And this has happened in the bottom of the bear market. This has happened at the time where the article is coming out with like NFTs are now officially worthless. They are laughing at us and saying NFTs, the technology is stupid, and we're kind of stupid that we're hanging on a thread right now. And at the same time, you have one of the most bullish announcements that there has ever been in Web3. And that's insane. And if you think about that, that's one of the things that just makes me more bullish NFTs that I've been in the summer, in the NFT hype, in everything. Because if you see something like that happening at the bottom, you just know you're onto something that actually makes sense. And yeah, thanks guys. Thanks guys. Great space. I'm going to be there next time as
Hey,
well. Much love.
hey, thanks for joining, man. We appreciate you hopping on. We also had to lose Maeve. He's got another space he's got to go on to. So, it's just me, Vitalis, and Super Champs right now. And, I have a question, and this is kind of regarding more on the chain side of things for NFTs, right? And the metrics that they're having during this dead zone, right? So currently, Ethereum still has the highest volume, as well as the most sellers, but Polygon has the most trades and the highest number of buyers. So really, my question is, what is really Polygon doing to attract users to NFTs compared to the giant that is Ethereum? And regarding other chains like Solana, do you think Solana will ever make a comeback? Are there some other chains as well that you guys have on your radar that are kind of really going to be killing it in the NFT scene going forward the next couple months? I've been seeing some things with Cardano. Cardano has been really kind of killing it lately as well. We're seeing things with ZK Sync era. There's some great things coming from there with, what is it? The Genesis with Square Enix, I believe they're running on there. I believe. What else do I got here? Just give me a second. There's a couple other.
No, please, not Cardano, please.
No, not Cardano. Oh man, what's going on with Cardano, Vitalis? What's your thoughts here? What's up with Polygon, and what are they really doing to really attract users to NFTs compared to Ethereum? Because I really think buyers matter more than volume, especially with the prevalence of wash trading in the industry. Vitalis, what's your thoughts, bud?
Yeah, so we're personally very bullish on Polygon, but not like I can elaborate. So I don't agree that amount of buyers on Polygon matters like right now, really, because all the money is in Ethereum right now, similar to the same as it used to be, and the same it is going to be. However, right now, share of GameFi in NFT industry is, in terms of volumes, approximately 5%, and I envision this number change dramatically in the some midterm future, like 1-2 years from now. And I think that Polygon have very decent chances of leading this race because Polygon is currently one of the main chains for GameFi builders. So, like, bet on Polygon NFTs is not bet on PFPs, collectibles, and art. Is more like bet on GameFi. And since we are building infrastructure for GameFi, obviously why we are supporting that. And speaking about other chains, I wouldn't say that I used to be Solana maxi, but I was pretty active and a Solana supporter. And even today, I still haven't had any better experience from user perspective doing something on chain comparing to Solana. I mean, Solana is really the only usable chain for average person that cannot that can just do average stuff and like sending, approving, and everything is happening quickly and with very, very low and significant commissions. So if they solve the problem of being down once per couple of months, I think that's going to be huge. And I still think that Solana might come back in the future, but many other chains are likely going to be dead, and especially like new chains, hype chains like Aptos and Sui. I'm very, very pessimistic about it.
Sorry, and just to correct myself earlier, when I was talking about the ZK Sync era, actually it's Pudgy Penguin's world is actually running. So let's say you buy a Pudgy Penguin plush, you buy multiple ones, you can get traits. These trait systems is actually being run on ZK Sync. So that's also kind of very interesting. I've seen a huge shift into zero knowledge and optimistic rollups for pretty much everything that's going on right now. So I'm curious on how the future is going to go for these zero knowledge and optimistic chains as we go forward. Super champs, what's up?
I'm just gonna jump on the last example that he gave, and I'm gonna speak about it from another point of view because I feel like Vitali really covered a lot of the technical aspect and the yeah. I'm gonna speak about the community aspect of those tokens. You were comparing Polygon to Ethereum, why people are running away from Ethereum and more into Polygon. I don't know if you ever tried to like launch a game on Ethereum or launch a collection on Ethereum or launch anything on Ethereum. Feels like everyone over there looking that everyone there over there and the mentality that it's if he sells out, I'm not gonna sell out. So there's not a lot of support over there. Like people are really mean to each other. People are not, the community of Ethereum is not a healthy place to be. Now, before I continue, this is not any financial advice. This is just my experience and my opinion. And I feel like in Polygon, it's not the case at all. People in Polygon are pushing together, pushing the P, purple P, and all of that. People are actually trying to create proper, meaningful relationship with each other and other projects to push the quality outside because we understand that people play games and people love connections. The fact that people are playing my game doesn't mean they're not going to play Boomland game, and we're not competing each other. So why don't help each other or push each other? I made in 6 months of work in Polygon 20 times more friends and genuine friends than I made in 3 years in Ethereum. And I feel like because the community of Polygon is more healthy and supportive and positive of each other. I'm also gonna have to apologize. I have to bounce. But it was a great pleasure to be with you guys. Thank you very much for having me. It was an honor. Thank you to all the amazing other guest speaker. I learned a lot from you guys. And yeah, stay safe and peace to everyone.
Yeah, man, you stay safe as well, man. It's quite crazy over there in Israel, man. So stay safe, and hopefully we'll have you back on another space relatively soon here. And I'll see you in that super space as well, baby. Let's go. Um, now, Vitalis, I guess right now it's just me and you, buddy. So let's kind of shoot the crap a little bit here. And I'm really curious on NFTs in the future. So I'm personally most bullish on the technology, right? And I think that's what makes NFTs great for the real world and separates it from the speculation, right? So what are your kind of favorite use cases that you see driving more and more adoption? For me personally, I'm all about the RWAs. I think real world assets and NFTs really open a ton of new doors. We are just talking about this earlier on Mave Space, but there's bringing real world assets on chain, I think, is going to be one of the main drivers, and it really just has built-in utility off the rip. What's your thoughts on this, Vitalis? What do you see bringing more adoption into NFTs?
I tend to agree long term, fully support. I think that real RWA basically is going to be the biggest sector, but in probably like 5 years from now, too early now. But I'm almost sure that if I would like to buy some corn futures or eggs with spot delivery, it should happen as buying NFTs, because NFT is just better than any legal contract, and it can include legal contract, be interoperable, and can navigate in international jurisdictions. So that's mostly biggest benefits I see, and the same, and probably the first wave is going to be with metaverse assets. I still think that today, metaverses are so shitty, it is impossible to make me spend at least 1 second of my time inside. However, I truly believe that things are going to change and improve. So, and obviously, people are going to own some assets inside metaverse and spend some time. So it means that probably NFT technology is going to be the main technology for ownership, and therefore for trading assets inside metaverse, and then it might also migrate to real world assets.
Yeah, man. I think the thing with real world assets is, it's the hardest part about bringing them on chain is to make sure that they're actually verified before we turn them into an NFT, right? The hardest part is to make sure that, there is no, we're not actually verifying and turning fraud and faked products into these NFTs. So I think, once we get the verification, the authentication behind these real world assets, really it's going to start blowing up, right? We've seen so much fraud already with standard collectibles, whether it be the wine industry, whether it be Logan Paul's Pokemon card collection that turned out to be a bunch of G.I. Joe packs, right? The fraud is so prevalent in the high end collectibles industry. So I think really having these verified NFTs off the rip. And I was also talking to in the space earlier. His name is Marco. He was talking about really we're gonna not see so much of this authentication until it starts at the distribution side of things, right? Once QR codes start going out with every pair of shoes that gets produced, for example. Once these QR codes start going on these Pokemon packs, that's really when we can start really bringing these assets on chain and making sure that they are verified for everybody. But I guess with that being said, I'm kind of it's late on my end, so I'm thinking about we can wrap it up here. Vitalis, is there any last thoughts on what I just said before I kind of give her the wrap?
No, I think that's fine. That's fine. Take some proper rest.
Yeah, yeah,
And
and hopefully,
also,
hopefully my neighbor upstairs can get some rest as well,
yeah,
huh?
exactly, exactly. That I was also thinking about.
All right. So, with that being said, you guys, we're wrapping it up. Thanks again for joining our Footprint space tonight. Appreciate all of you joining. It was a great space. Fortunately, we had to lose speakers like like dominoes, I guess, just going down and down until it was just me and Vitalis. So appreciate everybody that stuck around. And we're going to be back next week with another space. So appreciate you guys all listening. Follow Vitalis, follow Ladder Top. And stay in touch or stay in touch with these guys. If you want to work with Ladder Top, send them a DM, get everything going. And if you're happy with, or if you're like Footprint and you like the data that we provide, especially regarding NFTs, give me a follow. Our DMs are always open for collaborations and new partnerships. So love to hear from you there. You can visit our website at footprint.network, get all your data needs in one spot. And Vitalis, final thoughts from you, bud.
You made it perfect call to action. I have literally zero to add after that. So yeah, sending some love.
All right, baby. With
Thanks
that being
for
said, you
thanks
guys,
for
we're
having
wrapping
us.
it up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye now.
Cheers. Bye.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.